Morning, my dear student. So, last day we have seen the first law of thermodynamics for open systems, that is, where mass and energy both can transfer. And we have derived an equation for energy equation, and we have modified it to steady flow energy equations. And also we have applied that steady flow energy equation in some of the mechanical devices, just like turbine, compressor, heat exchanger. Now today I will start from another mechanical device that is known as nozzle and diffuser. But before going to nozzle and diffuser, I will write down the steady flow energy equation once again. So what was that? So let us write it down. Steady flow energy equation says that H1 plus V1 square by 2 plus Z1 G plus del Q by del T, so del Q by del M is equal to H2 plus V2 square by 2 plus Z2 G plus del W by del M. It was the steady flow energy equation. Now we will apply this steady flow energy equation in nozzle and diffuser. Nozzle and diffuser. So what is nozzle and what is diffuser? So you have to understand. Let me give you the practical feeling of this nozzle and diffuser, just like that. So whenever we have garden in almost all of our household, so whenever we water the plants, we give water to the plant. How do we give? We have a pipe that is connected to the main water line or the tap, we can say. Then we open the tap and hold firmly the tip of the water cable or the pipe. Okay, and the pipe is elastic. So what happens? The diameter of the pipe reduces at the tip, and because of this the water travels more. So what happens actually? It actually happens that here some of the energy is being converted hmm, from one form to another form. So in this case what happens, that the pressure energy reduces and the velocity energy increases, or the kinetic energy increases. That's why the water at the tip of the table travels more. Okay, so let me draw the flow diagram of a nozzle. So if I draw the flow diagram of a nozzle, it is just like this. Okay, so nozzle we can say, and this nozzle is insulated. It is insulated. Okay, okay, and this is the height from the datum. This one is Z1. This is the Z2. Okay. So what is the main function of nozzle? You can say that it reduces, it is a continuously decreasing diameter device which converts the pressure energy of a flow of a fluid into kinetic energy, right? So that means here it is a higher pressure energy, lower kinetic energy. Here lower pressure energy, higher kinetic energy. That happens. Okay, so look at over there. This is a device, and this device is not doing any external work, del W by dm, so it is zero. So as it is insulated, so no heat is transferring across the system boundary, so del Q by del M is equal to 0. So if we apply this equation over here, we can write h1 plus v1 square by 2 plus z1 g plus del q by del m is equal to h2 plus v2 square by 2 plus z2 g plus del w by del m. Now we have seen that this del q by del m is equal to 0 and del w by del m is equal to 0. Now look at over there, z1 is equal to z2, z1 is equal to z2. So we can say z1 minus z2 into z is equal to 0. So we can cancel out these two terms because their difference is becoming 0. So the equation reduces, h1 plus v1 square by 2 is equal to h2 plus v2 square by 2. So this is the equation for nozzle and diffuser. Now you can ask me one question, sir. Okay, you have written fine. Conceptually you have told that there is a pressure energy that is being converted into kinetic energy. So where is the pressure term? Here the kinetic term is visible because v1 v2 is given. So you can say that v1 and v2 is over there, so there is a kinetic energy term and we can clearly see the differences. But where is the pressure energy term? How could I identify that pressure is being converted into the kinetic energy? By seeing this equation. So you have to go to the basic of h1. What is h1? h1 is nothing but u1 plus p1 v1. Look at over there. What is P1? It is a pressure. And here the concept rises that this H1 is related to your pressure energy, and that pressure energy is being converted into the kinetic energy. Diffuser is just the opposite. That means diffuser is continuously increasing area where the kinetic energy of the fluid or the flow is decreased, whereas the pressure energy is being increased. That is the diffuser. Just like over here you can see I have changes the direction. Okay, so the equation is same for diffuser. And what is that? That is same equation. Let me write down the equation once again. h1 plus v1 square by 2 is equal to h2 plus v2 square by 2. This is the equation. Okay, so this is about some mechanical devices. So we have seen 3 mechanical devices. In the previous lecture we have seen one mechanical device, that is the turbine and the compressor. Then we have seen the heat exchanger, that is heat adding and removing devices, and today we have seen the nozzle and diffuser. Okay, now next theory we will understand the variable flow problem. Variable flow problem. Okay, variable flow problem. Okay, so what is the variable flow problem? So let me draw one diagram so it will be clearly visible. Okay, so let us consider there is a pipe. Okay, just like your LPG gas pipe. Okay, so there is a pipe. Now this pipe is being connected to one cylinder. This pipe is connected to one cylinder. Okay, now there is a valve, so we can consider there is a valve. There is a valve, so there is a valve over there. Okay, now what will happen? And gas is flowing in this direction, and it has a property. This is a pipe and this is a cylinder. Okay, now the pipe has a property HP, UP, PP, VP, okay, TP. So this pipe has these properties. Okay. Now what is happening? If you open the valve, so what will happen? The mass will rush into over there because this cylinder is not completely filled. Okay, so this mass will rush into the cylinder and it will fill the cylinder. Okay, now why I have considered as the variable flow problem. So to understand this, you have to understand that initially there was a certain amount of mass. Let us consider that was m1. Okay, now whenever we open the valve, what happens? The masses enter into the cylinder, but no mass is going out. Okay, so after entering the mass from the pipeline, we consider that m2, the cylinder has reached to the mass of m2, but no mass has been gone outside. So m out is equal to 0. Okay, so you can say mass is only coming in, mass not is going out. So in this case, what will be the energy balance? Okay, so we will apply the equation of flow energy equation. Okay, in this case we will not apply the steady flow energy equation. In this case we will apply the flow energy equation. And what was that? That was del m by del t to h1 plus v1 square by 2 plus z1 g plus del m by del t h2 plus v2 square by 2 plus z2g, sorry, this one will be minus in, this one is out, okay, plus del q by del t minus del w by del m is equal to del ECV by del T. What is del LC by dt? That means this is our control volume. So you consider the control volume is like this. Okay. So in this case, what will be our energy equation and what will be our Q? That means how much heat has been transferred, because this term is not insulated. Okay. So let us do the solution. Okay, now this bottle is fixed, so we can say this bottle has the same datum, so we can consider these two terms as 0. Okay, now what is the m out? M out is 0, so what will be del m by del out? It will be also 0. Okay, now look at over there. Is the system is doing any work done? Does the control volume of the system is moving? Because this cylinder is rigid. This cylinder is rigid. So as the cylinder is rigid, then V2 minus V1 is equal to 0, because no volume is changing. So as volume is not changing, so we can say del W by del T is equal to 0. So you can consider del W by del T is equal to 0. So our equation reduces like this: del M in by del T H1 plus V1 square by 2, okay, or V in square or H in square by 2 plus del Q by del T is equal to del ECV by del T. Okay, now what is del Q by del T? It is nothing but del ECV by del T minus del M in by del T H in plus V in square by 2. Okay, so if you consider the total term, so it will be considered as, if we integrate this equation and we can, if we cancel out the t, so it will come in Q is equal to del ECV minus Q1 to 2 del M in into H in plus V in square by 2. Now what is all this equation? What is del ECB by del T? So del ECB, we can consider del ECB as, okay. Now what is ECB? ECB means the energy at control volume. Energy means the energy that is being stored in the control volume, and because of the movement of the mass, either mass has been gone in or mass has been gone out. In this case, mass has been gone out. So we will consider that because of the movement of the mass, some energy has been changed. Some more energy has been stored, or energy has been lost, whatever as per our requirement, as per our system. Okay. So initially the system has a mass of m1. Okay, and because of the movement of the mass from the pipeline, the system or the cylinder has gone to mass m2. So how much mass has been in? That is m2 minus m1. Fine, so you remember this term, we will use it later on. Okay, so initially suppose the internal energy was u1 of the control volume, and finally the energy has become u2. This is the total internal energy that I am talking about. So we can say it will be u2 minus u1. What is u2 and u1? It is nothing but m2 u2, specific internal energy per unit mass, minus m1 u1. Fine. So we can say the del ECB is nothing but u2 minus u1. It is the total internal energy after the system has done some interaction with the surroundings. Okay, and this u1 is before the interaction with the surroundings, and this is nothing but m2 u2 minus m1 u1. So we have got del ECB as m2 u2 minus m1 u1. Now what is del m in? So del m in, already I have told that it is nothing but m2 minus m1. So it is nothing but m2 minus m1. Okay. Now what is H in? H in means that how much energy is being carried by this amount of mass, and where from this mass is coming? This mass is coming from the pipeline. That means this mass is carrying the enthalpy which belongs to the pipeline enthalpy. That means H in nothing but your HP. This H in is nothing but your HP. Similarly, what will be V in? It is same concept as previous one, that is, it is the velocity of the pipeline. That means it will consider as Vp. Okay, so if we put all the value in this equation, what will happen? It is nothing but q1 to 2 is nothing but, let me write down the equation once again, del ECB minus del m in into H in plus V in square by 2. What is del ECB? Del ECB we have seen m2 u2 minus m1 u1. So it is coming m2 u2 minus m1 u1. Fine. Then what is del m mean? Del m in nothing but your m2 minus m1. So it is m2 minus m1. Okay. What is H in? H is nothing but your HP. Okay, let me write it down. HP. Let me put the cross sign. HP. And what is V in? This V in is nothing but VP. So it is VP square by 2. Okay. So Q1 to 2 is nothing but this. So whenever some problem comes in your examinations, you have to remember the theory, not this problem, not this equation, because this equation varies from various problems. I have taken this kind of conditions or this type of situation, that's why the result is coming like this. We can change the situation, and as per the situation, this equation will be modified. Okay, so for this case we have seen that Q1 to 2, that means the changes in the your heat transfer the how much heat transfer or how much interaction is being done between the system and the surroundings by means of heat is nothing but this, which is following the equation m2u2 minus m1u1 minus m2 minus m1 multiplied by hp, sorry, this one is plus vp square by 2. Okay, so with this I am completing this lecture or completing the first law of thermodynamics, that is as per your syllabus. The next day or in the next lecture we will solve problems on first law of thermodynamics for applied process. Thank you.